YouTube channel. I'm Christine. We're going to learn about the internal and external parts of a heart. Welcome. Now we are going to start with the external parts of the heart, and with me here I have a chart and also a model. External part of the heart, there is the aorta. They've said that aorta pumps the blood to all parts of the body, and the vena cava brings in the blood from all parts of the body. Now, the heart also requires nutrients and oxygen, and also it requires the waste product to be excreted out of the heart. Now, there are the blood vessels on the external parts of the heart. You can see them over here. The heart also have the fatty layers, these ones over here, and their work is to act as shock absorber during pumping of the blood.
I'm Faith again. Welcome to my channel once more again. I want to take it up from where Christine has left. She has gone to attend to her lessons. I'm sorry for that, but we have to continue because we cannot stop. So guys, as she has said, the heart has blood vessels which are known as coronary arteries and coronary veins. Look at this other part. We have the internal part of the mammalian heart. But before we look at that, I want us, I try to explain a little bit of what Christine said about the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Now, vena cava carries blood from the entire body, and that blood is characterized by high content of carbon 4 oxide that is poisonous in the body, and it has to be removed. So the basic a thing as to why the blood is brought to the heart, it has to be taken to the lungs for oxygenation, and it has to be brought back again to the heart so that it can be pumped to the entire body. So the superior vena cava, this one, the superior vena cava, is carrying deoxygenated blood from the upper region of the body to the heart, and the inferior vena cava is carrying deoxygenated blood from the lower part of the body to the right atrium. So before we continue, we need to know that the mammalian heart is divided into 4 chambers. 1, 2, 3, 4 chambers. So the upper chambers, guys, is for receiving blood, and the lower chambers is for pumping blood away from the heart. So if we compare the thickness of cardiac muscles between the upper chambers and the lower chambers, you will realize that the upper chambers have thin cardiac muscles compared by the lower chambers that are known as ventricles. And the reason is that the upper chambers, their function is just to receive blood, and if they have to pump blood, is just down to the ventricles. But the ventricles pump blood away from the heart, and therefore they needed thick cardiac muscles for contraction and relaxation so that they are able to pump blood away from the heart. So with that said, the other thing that you should note is that the heart has valves. These are the valves, and the valves between the right and the left, the right auricle and the right ventricle are called bicuspid valves, and the valves that are between the left auricle and the left ventricle are known as tricuspid valve. Tri means 3, so it means that there are 3 valves here, and bi means 2, and that means that there are 2 valves over here. Now, if we compare, okay, guys, I can see some other valves. We have the other valves that are between the pulmonary artery and the heart, and the right ventricle is also known as the pulmonary valve. Now, with that said and done, I want us to compare the thickness of cardiac muscles between the right ventricle and the left ventricle. You will note that the thickness of the left ventricle muscles, if you compare this and that, you realize that they are more thicker in the left ventricle than the right ventricle. Reason being is that the left ventricle pumps blood to the entire body or tutorial. Now, the blood from all parts of the body, from the upper body and from the lower body, is carried by the vena cava to the right atrium, and then it is pumped to the right ventricle through the action of contraction and relaxation of cardiac muscles. And this blood, remember, it is still deoxygenated, and it has to be oxygenated before it is pumped to the entire body. So for it to be oxygenated, it has to be carried by the pulmonary artery. And remember, it is the only artery in the entire body that carries deoxygenated blood, guys. So it is carried to the lungs. And when it reaches the lungs, there is a lot of exchange through diffusion and what have you, blah, 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 blah. And now it has to be taken back by pulmonary veins. Note that this vein is the only vein that carries oxygenated blood in the entire mammalian body. So then it is taken to the left auricle, and then again to the left ventricle, and now from the left ventricle through the superior aorta and the inferior aorta to the entire body. Therefore, the circulation between the heart, from the heart to the lungs and back to the heart again, is called pulmonary circulation, and the circulation from the heart to the entire body is called systematic circulation. So guys, I want to wrap it up at that point. Make sure that you subscribe and you turn on your notification bell so that every time I upload the video, you're the first one to watch that video. Give it a thumbs up, share if you can. Bye bye, see you.